very quickly, they could get a hold of some chips.
Yeah. Pair of sixes, I think he'd be making a move with these.
He's got 100,000. He's an ass raise. What the proper amount is.
35 more. 45 in total.
That's serious enough. Oh, wow. And this is great news for Hungary.
All in.
Yeah.
But
On their backs.
Kovacs in a bit of trouble. I mean, Papa Giorgio in a bit of trouble. And
The best I think he can hope for is a straight split pot here, Jesse.
I'll tell you what. Does seem like these cards play themselves four-handed with the two short stacks, but it is Kovacs all in.
There you go.
And you're right, you are. A couple running cards could make both these pairs counterfeited. Split pot now 5% chance. Giorgio's best card is 6. Now his only card's a 6.
Big trouble now.
Yeah, he's going to be very short. Big
Yeah,
trouble.
sevens out of that.
And
Couldn't have played it any other way, Jesse.
doesn't
I think.
seem like it. I mean, even if Imre had...
Do you think he knows he's won? Look.
He's watching the deal. He's thinking they might switch him.
Yeah, he's probably keeping his eye on the cards. He nearly lost last time with the sevens.
This is very, very bad news for Papa Giorgio, who, after doing some good graft to get himself back up near 100,000, is a bottom dweller again. Look at Keston. Well, he's bled away 100,000.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Do you think this has just been a factor of Robin being card dead, or do you think maybe he's actually let the other guys back into the game?
I wouldn't say he's let him back in the game, but he did take his foot off the gas a bit, Jesse. But I think he had to, because he was just playing,
Call.
you know, pot after pot
Pass.
after pot, and he was inviting someone to come over the top of him. So I don't think he's played it particularly bad. He's still chip leader.
Yeah, he's still the favorite. Now, Clive Layton has limped in, and Keston, ace deuce small blind.
Well, let's see if Clive's
it's
got any
14
moves in
total.
him.
That's a very...
What has he made? What was the race? 40.
30,000 more from the small blind. Papa Giorgio is basically being asked a question for his whole stack. But what will Clive Layton do is the question. If Papa Giorgio folds, which he's likely to do.
These are the sort of cards you can make a move with, Jesse. How he's called.
Pass and call.
I wouldn't really like calling with these myself, just in case, you know.
No, I mean, the only thing Clive's got going for him right now, I guess, is position.
Yeah. But then we've seen that in their exchanges earlier. That didn't really mean a lot. Well, I suppose it's a good call now because he can get away from the hand straight away. Robin will probably check.
Be a great check by... It's a
Check.
great check. It's a great check
Oh,
by
he's gone
Robin
all in.
Keston. Yeah, he has.
He's gone all in.
Yeah, he has.
That was my play. You're meant to make a bet, and I'm meant to make the all-in.
You can't pass, surely. You've made the check to make the play.
Yeah, he
you know.
has. He's made the check to try and induce a bluff,
Yeah.
but he didn't imagine it would be an all-in bluff, did he? But his instinct said this is the right thing to do.
Well,
Now he's going to have to back his judgment.
Yeah, if he thinks about it long enough, he must know that Clive, he ain't hit an ace. You know, or he won't be going all
Waiting
in,
for
will
you
he?
to bet, then I raise. All-in.
I'm sorry about that.
I like that.
I'm pretty stunned.
You know, if he had the end, Clive, and Robin comes out and checks, you put out just a 25,000 or something, don't you? If you've hit the
What
ace.
is it?
Just so as you don't give the other guy a free card. So
60
he must put him on a
70.
draw.
I will say something that I know about Robin's history on TV. He has made some huge laydowns.
50.
Yeah, I've seen him
67,
at the same
80.
table. I saw him lay down
Sorry.
aces to a bluff.
100.
I've seen him.
25.
I've seen him lay down two pair.
What, on the flop?
Two pair on the turn when there was no straight, no flush out there. The guy was drawn dead. Wow.
Yeah.
Fold.
Yeah, I think you have
Clive
to
must-
give credit to Clive there for the sheer audacity of the all-in. But you would have been onto that, Ian.
Yeah, I think so. If you think about it long enough, Jesse, I know it's Clive and you can't read him too much. We were saying that earlier. I'd hate to be heads up with him. He'd just completely scramble my brain. But if you think about that end, he can't have an ace, can he?
That was a sheer shocker.
And perhaps Robin would have done well to listen a little bit to former world champion Phil Hellmuth.
So, you want to improve your reading abilities? Do you want to know when they're weak? Then you have to trust your instincts. It's all about instincts. There are certain tells that you can use. For example, the steeple. Almost every time someone does the steeple without moving their mouth, they have the hand. If they're trying to do the fake steeple, then in general they'll go, that means they're weak. But the steeple is a strong indicator that they have a strong hand. How do you tell when they're bluffing? Look for things that they wouldn't normally do. Sometimes when the flop comes down, a lot of players tend to lean forward when they have it, and they lean back when they don't have it. But basically, the most important rule for me is I use my own logic and my own instincts, and I study the player. That's it. Study the player. Look at them.
Robin is sitting there thinking, have I done it again? Keston, of course, the first I ever heard of Robin Keston was the very first £1 million tournament in the Isle of Man. He folded pocket kings before the flop when they had about 10 left. He was wrong then. Looking at the worms now of Keston and Clive Leighton, they have been the action on this table, and look at that.
Well, yeah.
I mean, Keston was punishing Clive all night long, and now it's gone in reverse.
Yeah, he's sort of come back up, met in the middle now. Look, there's only 2,000 chips between the pair of them now, Jesse. I can't wait for this now. I think this is going to be really exciting.
It is. It is.
Kovacs won
It's a
3-4.
drama now. So,
Pass.
I think it was
Pass.
only the sheer amount of chips that Clive had in the pot. I think it would have been a bit less. Robin would have called him in a flash, Jesse.
that was the only bet that was going to win.
Yeah,
I mean,
for
Robin was serious, and he was checking to raise all in,
Yeah, of
wasn't
course,
he?
yeah, of course.
And he just got stunned. With that, it was only a walk around. But Clive
Leighton, chip leader.
Now that's the first time that's been said tonight.
He's meditating now. He's meditating.
Poker character and live wire Clive. He's certainly not shy in front of the cameras.
There's a lot of personal focus on you, and also you're being every step of the way you're being watched and analysed. But I think when you get out there in front of the cameras, you tend not to be too bothered about it, and you have to get on with it. At this level, once you've had 2 hours exposure and you're back, you've had your television time. So if you get killed after 5 minutes, it's not the end of the world. If I'm playing in a £10 tournament, I play the tournament as though it was a £100 or £200 tournament. So I still go for it. I play my A game all the time.
Moved a button, post the blinds. Imre Kovacs putting 10,000 in. I'd say this has been a rather eventful level. Robin Keston has been brought back down to earth. Imre Kovacs has made some noise. And I would say if Robin folds here, but Papa Giorgio,
27.
okay.
Right, it's a 27.
Now this is more like the Keston we knew.
Yeah. Again, completely dead cards, aren't they? Oh, he's picked up ace-8 now, so I fancy you'll be seeing these going.
All
Yeah.
in.
He's right.
And it's so small.
Cards yet, but just count as all in, please.
42.
I think it's so small, Robin's going to have to call this, and Jack 3 not the cards you really want to be calling anything with.
No.
Except Jack deuce.
To be honest,
Quality.